In a recent episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Meghan Markle found herself at the center of a controversial segment that left her visibly upset. Colbert's comedic take on reports that her staff had refused to refer to her as Duchess sparked a heated reaction, further complicating her already tumultuous public image. During the show, Colbert launched into a witty monologue about the royal title debacle, poking fun at the notion that Markle, despite stepping back from royal duties, still expect to be addressed with her formal title. Isn't it funny that even her staff doesn't want to call her Duchess? I mean, who wants to be reminded of that? Colbert quipped, eliciting laughter from the audience. Markle's discomfort was palpable as the segment progressed. Colbert continued to riff on the topic, suggesting that perhaps it was time for her to embrace a new identity altogether, saying, "Maybe just Meghan will do? Or how about that lady from the royal family?" The audience roared with laughter, but the humor did little to soften the blow for Markle. Sources close to Markle reported that she was fuming after the episode aired. The public ridicule, especially coming from a high-profile figure like Colbert, was not something she anticipated. Her team is said to be evaluating how to respond to the backlash and the ongoing narrative surrounding her title and public persona. Critics of Markle have long pointed to her title as a point of contention, arguing that her relationship with royal status is fraught with complexities. Colbert's remarks only added fuel to the fire, exacerbating the scrutiny she faces in the media. Following the episode, reactions poured in from both supporters and critics of Markle. Social media exploded with commentary, with some users applauding Colbert for his comedic approach. Finally, someone is calling her out on this. One tweet read, reflecting a segment of the public that is critical of Markle's attempts to maintain her royal identity. Conversely, Markle's supporters rallied to her defense, arguing that the jokes were unfair and dismissive of her experiences. She's trying to carve out her own identity. Why shouldn't she want to be called Duchess? Another user tweeted, emphasizing the complexities of her position. As the controversy unfolds, the royal family continues to remain silent. Historically, they have refrained from commenting on personal matters involving family members, and this situation appears to be no different. However, the ongoing public discourse surrounding Markle may eventually compel the monarchy to address the issue, if only to maintain their own image. As Meghan Markle navigates the fallout from Stephen Colbert's comedic roast, she faces a critical moment in her journey. The ongoing scrutiny over her title and public identity poses significant challenges, and how she chooses to respond will play a pivotal role in shaping her narrative going forward. With the potential for both growth and backlash, Markle stands at a crossroads. The path she takes will not only impact her public image, but also influence her efforts to redefine herself beyond the royal spotlight. In the wake of Stephen Colbert's remarks, Meghan Markle's team is reportedly in discussions about how best to manage the situation. Sources indicate that she is considering a public statement to address the comments made on the show and clarify her stance on her title. She wants to reclaim her narrative and not let others define her, a close friend revealed. This potential response could serve as an opportunity for Meghan to articulate her journey since stepping back from royal duties, emphasizing her focus on personal growth and philanthropic efforts. By addressing the situation head-on, she may seek to shift the narrative from ridicule to empowerment. As the story continues to unfold, media outlets have varied in their coverage. Some have taken a sympathetic stance, highlighting the challenges Meghan faces in redefining her identity after leaving the royal family. Articles discussing the emotional toll of public scrutiny have gained traction, with many calling for a more compassionate understanding of her situation. On the other hand, tabloid headlines have leaned into the humor of Colbert's roast, framing it as yet another instance of Meghan being out of touch with reality. Duchess of Delusion? One sensational headline read, reflecting the ongoing critique of her relationship with her title. Social media remains a battleground for opinions on Meghan's situation. Supporters continue to defend her, emphasizing the need for empathy and respect. She's navigating a complex life. Let's not forget that. One user tweeted, urging for a more understanding perspective. Conversely, critics remain vocal, citing the apparent contradictions in her desire for royal recognition while advocating for a more private life. You can't have it both ways, another user commented, echoing sentiments shared by many who feel that Markle's actions often contradict her messages. As Meghan navigates the fallout from Colbert's comments, the royal family's silence may become increasingly difficult to maintain. While they have historically refrained from commenting on personal matters, the ongoing public discourse surrounding Markle could compel them to address the situation, particularly if it escalates further. The monarchy may feel the need to protect its image and reputation, especially if the narrative surrounding Meghan continues to gain traction. How they choose to engage with the situation could set a precedent for future interactions with the media and public. As Meghan Markle grapples with the fallout from Stephen Colbert's roast, she finds herself at a crucial juncture. The way she chooses to respond will not only impact her public image, but also shape the ongoing discourse around her identity and role in the world. With potential strategies on the table, including a public statement or a more proactive engagement with the media, Meghan has an opportunity to reclaim her narrative. This moment could mark a turning point in her journey, allowing her to redefine herself beyond the controversies and challenges that have characterized her life in the public eye.